Hi everyone, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. So today I'm going to teach you how to make two versions of a no-churn ice cream. First I'm going to show you the base, which is super simple to make. You do not need an ice cream maker for this. I'm going to be using my tabletop mixer, but you could do it with a hand mixer if you wanted to. It'll come together, you know, easily, just the way we're going to do it. You need some heavy whipping cream, vanilla extract, sweetened condensed milk, and a little bit of salt. That's it, nothing else. And then whatever your heart desires, you can use any toppings and flavorings to make your favorite ice creams. Now, this ice cream is really creamy and delicious. By no means does it take the place of, you know, old-fashioned churned ice cream that's made in an ice cream machine. That has a whole different consistency and texture, but this is delicious. Definitely worth a try, especially if you don't have a machine, and especially if you want to make something that comes together really quick without eggs or anything like that, without cooking anything. Very simple. I'm going to put 3 cups of heavy whipping cream in my mixer fitted with the whisk attachment. And then I'm just going to whip these up until they begin to thicken and sort of become the texture of yogurt. So we're just going to put that in here with a little bit of vanilla extract and salt, and then I'm going to begin to mix it. Always salt in our desserts, and I'm going to turn it on. Alright, so once the mixture begins to thicken like that, we're going to add in our sweetened condensed milk and then let the mixer run on low speed. I'm going to scoop out all of the rest of the condensed milk from this can right here. And then we're just going to mix it up until it becomes nice and thick and the whisk can hold stiff peaks. Okay, so this is what you're looking for. You want it to be really nice and thick, and when I mean hold stiff peaks, that means that it doesn't come off of the mixer easily. And you see those pointy points that it makes? That's how you know that this is ready. So now we're going to move on to making our flavors. Alright, so the first flavor that I'm going to teach you how to make is a tiramisu flavor, and I've had a few requests for tiramisu gelato or ice cream, and this is the closest that I can get to it. It's delicious, and I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this. So you're going to want to make some espresso. So in the microwave, I should have mentioned that I have some chocolate that's melting with heavy whipping cream. I'll put the exact measurements on the website. I also put the ingredients in the description box, so you can do either way. But I did make some fresh espresso. If you don't have an espresso machine, you can definitely use instant espresso. That's fine too. That's readily available these days. And then I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I'll just dust it in since I have this in here. And I'm going to sweeten it with a little bit of sugar, like that. And I'm just going to mix it up until everything is well combined. Now, what we're going to do, of course, the main star of a tiramisu are the espresso dipped, the espresso soaked ladyfingers, and you could find these in, you know, they're in every supermarket over here, but if you can't find them in the supermarket, I'll post a link down below where you can get them online. But they're usually in the specialty food section, like where they have the Italian and European stuff in the supermarket, and if you have a specialty food store in your neighborhood, you can find them there. So you soak them really well. This one got a little too soaked, but that's fine because they'll be full of flavor. I'm going to put this aside, and then I'm just going to dust these with cocoa powder, and then I'm just going to chop these up. So I got my knife and my chocolate. The cream warmed up really well in the microwave. I'm just going to let it sit to melt the chocolate chips that are in there. And you just want to chop this up into small pieces, so they could be like, you know, bite-sized pieces in your ice cream. You can cut them, you can leave them bigger chunks if you wanted to, but this is the way I like them. Now, while these are sitting over there on the side for a bit, I'm just going to mix my chocolate, and this is basically ganache, what I'm making. I've made ganache so many times on this channel. Super simple, great for making cakes and dipping eclairs, and I have all these recipes that I've used ganache for. I'll link some of them in the card section up above. Just like that, mix it up a little bit. I'll also put a little bit of this coffee syrup in here because coffee really brings out the flavor of chocolate and takes it to that like next level. Just like that. I'm going to keep mixing until it's really nice and smooth and glossy, and then we're just going to put this all together. So now all you want to do is transfer your chocolate in, you know, a resealable plastic bag. because it's going to be much easier to make that nice design that we're going to make in a minute. So keep it in here. Now, I get these things online. I make lots of ice cream at home. I'll post a link down below, but if you can't find one of these nice little ice cream or gelato containers, you can use a glass loaf pan like I have right here. Anyone will work. So we're going to begin by making putting a layer of our ice cream base that we just made. And this makes 2 batches of ice cream, so you can make 1 big batch of this or 2 batches of your favorite ice cream. Then I'm just going to snip the edge of this bag off because we're going to make a nice swirly pattern with our chocolate. So you want to take this and then take your knife and just kind of swirl it around like that. And then you want to take your soaked ladyfingers and just put them on top of the ice cream. We're going to do a few layers like this, and then we're going to freeze it, and we're going to have tiramisu ice cream in just about 6 hours. Make 1 more layer like that. Spread it out. Drizzle our chocolate, because you can't have tiramisu without good chocolate. Just like so. We can make a little swirly design again by running a knife or a fork through this, just like that. Put our soaked espresso soaked ladyfingers in here. They're going to add so much flavor. If you wanted to soak them a little less, that would be fine too. I like for them to be really, really moist and really soaked in that coffee flavor. And then the last layer. So we did about 3 layers of this. We're going to put this ice cream in the freezer to set for at least 6 hours or overnight, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. So this ice cream has been in the freezer overnight. I made this one yesterday so that way we didn't have to wait. I'm going to scoop it out, and I like to leave it to thaw out a little bit, like maybe 15-20 minutes, so it's really nice and soft. Let me put it in my serving bowl. And so now the best part of making these videos is tasting it. It's so creamy. And the ganache did harden, but it's not like super hard, like it's not hard and crunchy like a chocolate chip would be. It's more smooth and soft, but hard at the same time, so you get another texture. And the espresso soaked ladyfingers are just delicious. You can really taste the coffee. This is one recipe. This is one ice cream that you're definitely going to want to make. I'm going to set this aside because now we're going to make the second flavor, which is going to have brownies, caramel, and ganache, and we'll move on to making that right now. So the next flavor that I'm going to teach you how to make is still going to be using the vanilla base, but this time it's going to have chunks of brownie in it and swirls of chocolate and caramel. So I'm going to continue to cut this brownie into, chunks, into little pieces. This one is from our bakery. If you want to learn how to make fudge brownies, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll teach you how to make it. This time I'm going to use my ice cream container. Again, I'll put the link down below where you can get these. These are awesome. They're reusable. They're washable. Great stuff. I already have my chocolate sauce, my chocolate ganache that I've made to use in my tiramisu recipe. I have some left over, and it's easy to scoop this out with an ice cream scoop, so I'm just going to do that. Now, if you come closer, I'll show you how I'm putting this all together. So I'm going to put a scoop of the vanilla base in there, the ice cream base. I have my homemade caramel sauce that I'm also going to link in the card section up above. And then I'm going to squeeze some of this yummy chocolate ganache. Let me get this. And this is going to be divine. And then I'm just going to swirl this using a knife so it can go kind of all the way through. Not mixing too much because I don't want it to kind of like get into the ice cream. I just want it to look like swirls. some brownie chunks. Now we're gonna do the next layer. Scoop of our ice cream base. Some more caramel. If you didn't want to use caramel here, you can just use a straight up chocolate ganache, or you can use a berry sauce if you wanted to, because berries and chocolate go really nice. And I'll link that sauce up in the card section as well if you wanted to use that. Again, we're gonna swirl this. And we're gonna drop some brownie chunks in here. Kids love this one. And then we're gonna continue going until we're done with all of our ice cream base. And now we're all the way up to our top and final layer. This is going to be delicious. I don't know about you guys, but caramel is one of my favorite toppings on ice cream. So I had to bring this flavor to you. Let me know what your favorite recipe, your favorite kind of ice cream is. So here we go. We're gonna put the last of the brownies on top, kind of put them in. I'm gonna put the lid on, put this in my freezer to set, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's ready. So it always takes at least 6 hours, or it's best to leave it overnight in your freezer for it to set completely. And I like my ice cream a little bit on the softer side, so I like to leave it out at room temperature for about 10-15 minutes for it to soften a bit. And look at it, look at how beautiful that looks. Let's get into this and get a scoop out so I can show you how creamy it is. It scoops out really easily, but if it doesn't, a nice trick is to have a really nice bowl of hot water to dip your ice cream scoop in. Look at that. That is seriously, who wouldn't want to eat this? And you can make large batches of this because you don't need an ice cream machine for it. So who wouldn't love that? If you're having a birthday party, especially a kid's birthday party, go on and make them some of this. If you wanted to put some Oreos in it and do like a cookies and cream ice cream, there's another idea. Let me know your ideas down below, what toppings you would put in or what flavors you would create, what your favorite flavor would be, or if you want me to show you another way to make this, like another flavor combination, let me know in the comment section down below. But I have got to taste this because ice cream is one of my favorite desserts, especially in the summertime. Oh my God. That is amazing. A little hint of salt that's in the caramel. I'm so good with this. Balances out the sweetness. This is the creamiest ice cream ever, you guys. 3 ingredients, that's all it is. Seriously, no big deal. So good. Comes together in no time. The description box always has the link that takes you directly to the website, www.dimitrasdishes.com. I also put the recipes down below in the description box so you can get them there as well. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss a recipe. Comment what you would like to learn how to make next, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone.